Well, good morning. Hey, everybody. Hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room, which is a virtual quilt retreat. We might stitch, we might not. It is so good to see everybody here. Oh, you guys, it's nice and cold all over the country, it looks like. It's chilly here in South Texas, too. So, yeah, this is great. All of my regulars are here. Oh, Marcia is cleaning her sewing room and rediscovering some great things. You have way too much stuff. No, you don't. You have plenty of stuff. You're good. You don't have too much. You need more time in your life. That's what you need. Oh, hey, Pam. Good morning. Morning, y'all. Yeah. Oh, did I hit record? Uh, Looks like I did. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We're a team, right? Oh, my goodness. Great day yesterday. It was one of those days where I looked up and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, what happened to my day? But then I kind of thought back on it and I got all of the framing units done for American Pie, that quilt that I am making with QT fabrics. And I got the 6 blue flying geese done. And then today, when we finish here, I'll do the 6 red colorway flying geese. I'm already on my second cup of coffee, y'all. Goodness sakes. So, and then I had a lovely private lesson yesterday with a lady from Washington State. And she was the lady who gave us our Stitchuation room title. I'm not that clever. So that was nice. And really enjoyed that. And then today we have the trip to Sam's Club. So, hello, Sandy. Welcome. I am up. Good morning, Diane. How are you? And Sandy is brand new to the live. Welcome, my friend. We're glad you're here. Hey, you guys, if you would take a moment, hit the thumbs up, please, below the video on YouTube. And if you're on a TV, you might need to hit the up arrow on your remote. And you might subscribe. We do a lot of cool stuff here in our mornings, Monday through Friday, quilt retreat. So yesterday, I'm continuing to work on my y'all, I'm asleep. My sample, one of the samples I'm going to take to Houston. We're going to go to the Houston Quilt Festival. I will be on the Brother main stage in the All Brands booth. So yesterday made this. Merry Christmas to all. Isn't that adorbs? And that is going to be making this little placemat right here. Nancy Halverson's. This is from her. This is the Art to Heart, and it's Mistletoe Crossing on Wander Lane is where the pattern came from. So today I'm going to get the Santa on there. So if you're new, what I did was scanned in the paper pattern on the Brother Luminere and then had it digitize the lettering. Okay, so got that. I do have Pellon's SF101 on the back of this fat quarter, and I've already trimmed away the stabilizer. You know what? I don't have a hoop with stabilizer. What do I do with it? I was so together. Do you guys ever do that? You get everything ready and you sit down and you're like, something's missing. I need to put stabilizer in a hoop or I'm not stitching a thing. Where is that ginormous? I need the 10 by 16. I have to do this today on the Luminere because I need the ginormous hoop. Here it is. Oh, look at me. I did have it hooped. That's right. I made this other one yesterday in the 9 by 14 magnetic hoop from Dime. So I already have this. This is a no-show mesh. This is that Bro Thread no-show mesh. Stabilizer, I like it very much. My bobbin is a Designs and Machine Embroidery 70 weight, pre-wound. That's what I buy. You guys, a tube of these. Oh, the dime magnetic hoops are on sale in October. So if you're up for one, consider it. I've got a link below, and that's my link if y'all wouldn't mind. Be so kind. Oh, I need my other cup. Y'all, I'm asleep. My goodness. Katie's up. Good morning, Katie. She says, guess who woke up today? Hi, Nancy. I'm glad you made it. Bro Thread. Yes, that is the name. Y'all, I'm getting bombarded with emails from a company called Temu, T-M-U, T-E-M-U. Y'all, don't buy stuff from them. It's all knockoffs. It's dirt cheap. It's a virtual dollar store. It's not helping anything here in the U.S., I promise. They're bugging me to death to market for them and be, so I've heard some stuff where people are not getting their things on time. Don't order your Christmas presents. They might not arrive. Yeah, Judy, that's right. Not good. So be careful, you guys. If you see anything and it's really funny. You search something, that pops up right away. It says they're out of Boston, but they've got an office in Boston. It is a subsidiary of Pinduoduo out of China. So just remember, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. So, all right, you guys, we've got a virtual kitchen, and it is probably loaded down with danishes and donuts and all kinds of goodies. Hot coffee especially is what we need. So please feel free, make yourself at home. The best thing, Kay says she heard it was trying to be Amazon. It's different than Amazon. So Amazon, US based Amazon, continually tries hard to not have knockoffs on their site. And that is a full-time job for an entire team of people at Amazon. But Amish apple butter. Yay. That sounds good. So they're always trying to do that. But yeah, they want your credit card number and then all the information that they have. They just build a big, ginormous database and sell all your information to advertisers. That's in the user agreement. So I do not recommend downloading the app. Just like I never downloaded TikTok, I will never download the Temu app. So word of warning, you guys. I used to work in computer security when I had a real job, and I would never. So, and man, I'm getting hit hard too. Let me help you make TikTok videos. No, my peeps don't watch TikTok. And if they do, they didn't know what they were looking at. So yeah, the app spies on you. I've heard all that kind of stuff too. And, I've read a couple of articles and whatnot on the internet because I was just looking at them. Y'all, they offer me free merchandise and credits. And, if I would say this and say that and blah, blah, blah. I had this, good, Paula. I had this, this company wanted me to market their thread spool stand that goes up on the wall. Like one of these. This is the wooden one. This is from Designs and Machine Embroidery. And it's a nice wooden one. Well, they wanted me to market this white plastic one, We'll send you a free one if you'll, promote it. And so I said, well, send me 2 so I can have one and I can give one away. And they said, we'll send you 4. And I'm like, okay, they're $1.50 to them, right? They were selling them for about $26, and they are selling on Amazon right now. But they were like, oh, well, we want you to use our links below your video. So they would send me product. And then if you click below the video, they got credit for it on Amazon. And that's not how that works. That's not a good deal. And I don't know if it's legit or good quality or anything like that. So I'm very particular about products that I use and recommend to you guys, because it's my reputation. If I say, oh, this is great, I don't do Snapchat either. So yeah. So if you guys see dirt cheap stuff from Temu, just like I heard it called a virtual dollar store, and a lot of it, they've got a warehouse in the US, but a lot of it comes from China. So it takes weeks and weeks to get here. So just be careful. All right. So this morning, I need to get that Santa on my background fabric. So I'm going to float it because that's what I do. I need to make sure that he's going to place correctly. And that's the beauty of these kinds of having a machine. This machine will project the design down onto my fabric. That's awesome. So I get precise placement, but I'm not entirely sure that I guess I'm straight. It looks like it's fairly straight. And I just have to make sure that my Santa is going to fit. This Santa is so large, I couldn't make it in the multi-needle. I need some pins. Don't y'all know I don't have any pins? I do. I got some right here. Oh, I was hopping around here real quick. I was like, I need thread color this. I need that. I need that. Oh my gosh, it's almost 7. What am I doing? Story of my life, you guys. Okay. I'm not going to pin it yet. I need to make sure that the design is going to fit. Is what I need to do. So I'll move this over so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, I saw that, Jamie. You ordered from us last night. Thank you. I saw that in the email. Okay. Hey, you know something too, y'all? Y'all know how on Sundays I do a giveaway? I'm going to have to start doing a primary and a backup, because you would not believe how many times people win stuff from me and I never hear from them. And I'm like, oh. And one time Lady M had donated, it was a big Kimberbell kit. And don't you know, it didn't get claimed and I had to give it away another time. But the problem is, it's hanging around here in my sewing room and I need it out because I need space, right? And it's just so sad. So the giveaway that I did last week with the pattern and the charm pack and the CD for fall, never did hear from her. So, and I'll even go and see if they've made an order from us before. So maybe I've got her email or something like that. But I know Joan. Joan says, that's crazy. I know. Who doesn't want free stuff? Yeah. Pick me. Pick me. I know, Laura. Candace owns a fabric shop in Kentucky. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Make it to where you have to be present to win. Well, they are present to win, Celia. Hold on. You're looking for the dime hoop for your Luminere. You need one between 5'7" and the 10x10. Which would I think is best? Buy the most hoop you can afford. Let me show you guys how to find the right hoop for your machine, because somebody said yesterday, Bernadette wants the unclaimed giveaways. Just take one for the team, she says. That's hilarious. So I'm going to go on to Dime's site, but you need to use my link, please. Let me see. DZGNS is Designs and Machine Embroidery. And they're having a sale this month. So let me show you how to get there. Let me present why am I floating the fabric? Cindy wants to know, because I'm lazy, pretty much. I rarely hoop the fabric. I rarely do. Okay, I'm going to present my screen, Designs and Machine Embroidery, and share. So let me show you guys. So a lady said she could not find the she could not find the magnetic hoop for the multi-needle for her PR 1000. So, all right, let me get back over here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so they're having a sale on this thing. This thing is awesome. If you are going to be doing like a Designs by Juju end-to-end quilting in your hoop, this thing is the bomb. I've got it. I've got it right below my machine down here. It just holds the weight of the project up off the embroidery arm, and it allows it to move without any drag. You absolutely have to have something to do that. For 60 bucks, this thing's a deal. I highly recommend it. Anything you buy from Dime is pretty good. So anyway, what you do is you go to Hoops and Hooping Systems, and then you come, well, let me, now stop that. Let me jump down there quick. So I went to multi-needle, but you can go to Snap Hoop Monster. So, okay. You've got some brands right here. So you can pick that if you want. So let's go to Brother, like for my Luminere. Now I want to come down here. Okay. So all of the, here's your Snap Hoop Monster, Brother. Okay. So here, if I was to click, this is the multi-needle monster, right? So she's looking for the PR 1000 is what she has. So you just click on the brand. I'd go to Brother. Click on a hoop. All right. See, and it looks like it's not there, but it's a drop down. And there it is right there. PR 1000, 1000E. Okay. And that's how you figure that out. So you've got to put in your brand and your hoop size and your model number. And then if it's got it, it'll tell you. Okay. So that's the best way. But the hoops, if you click on Hoops and Hooping Systems and just go here, so they are on sale right now. Okay. So these things, yes, let me stop sharing that. So, yeah, buy the most hoop you can afford. You can always make smaller projects in a large hoop and waste a little stabilizer, or Katie's bummed when you don't win my giveaway. Katie, you have enough goodies. Your sewing room's packed, my friend. Okay, yeah. So, but you've got to, where was I going? I'm reading y'all's comments and I don't need to do that. Will they ever make one larger than the 8x12 for the 1055, Judy? I don't know, but that would be nice, because if I had a larger hoop for Spanky, I wouldn't have to be here at the Luminere at Darla making my Santa placemat. So all right. Let me pull up my I got to pull up my design. I'm going to hit my pocket for memory and go to my wireless icon. And here's my Santa right here. I want it, pattern extends out to the outside of embroidery frame. If you plan to add more patterns, rotate the pattern combination. All right. Well, he needs to go the other way. Y'all want to see what I'm doing? Hold on. It's telling me he's too big for the field, but I'm going to stitch him sideways like that. Okay. Let's talk to them at Festival. Yeah. Eileen Roche is going to be at Festival, I believe, from, your Luminaire is Darla too, Vicky. That's awesome. Well, that's because my multi-needle's name is Spanky. So I'm going to hit set, and I need to rotate him. I'm going to hit edit. And now you've got a move button and rotate. If you hit move, you can only move. If you hit rotate, you can rotate and move. See, you get the rotate buttons here and the move buttons down here. So I always hit rotate. I'm going to rotate him there. That's good. So now I just got to get him in the right place. I'm going to tell it okay. And embroidery. All right. before I do anything, I'm going to hit this little cone and project him down onto my, let me see. The edge of his hat is right next to that, to the T. See? So Cindy wants to know, since I'm floating, do I lightly spray adhesive to secure the fabric? You can. I can. I should. You don't have to name your machine, Shirley. That's okay. Sometimes it's confusing when people name their machines. All right. So I'm going to take this red box right here. This is the light. And I'm going to move it up so that it is right next to where his hat is going to touch, right by 2. All right. So now it's right on the screen. There. Can you guys see him? How about that? That's cool, huh? Yeah. And I need to make sure it's a little bit closer to the T. So I'm going to move this to like right there. I think that's good. Right there. How about that? Let me move this over to the little ball. Now see, that's not going to work. Right there. That's awful crooked. I could straighten it out, but y'all, what I should have done is print this. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll print it and then figure out where it's going to go. I should do it right. Quit goofing around, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I wonder if I can print from this laptop. I used to be aligned to the printer. Let me see. File and print. I don't think my printer's awake. I just want page 1. You know what I'm going to do? No, you don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in a piece of print and stick target paper from Designs and Machine Embroidery, because that's another cool little feature, that thing that they have. Y'all, normally I'm all over my room doing this stuff. There we go. This is that print and stick target paper. I like this stuff. Now this is one company I don't mind being an affiliate for, because they make great stuff. I would not have been as successful as I am at embroidery without all the goodies from Designs and Machine Embroidery. So if you guys are just starting out your embroidery, I need to switch my screen. Hold on a second. All right, you guys chat amongst yourself. I'm going to go put this piece of paper, this target paper, in my printer. Un momento. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and print everything. Let me hit delete here. I'm just going to click all and tell it, okay. Okay. It's going to give me 3 pages of print. That's fine. All right. Now you're going to learn how to use the target paper. Right. So how this works is, sometimes it's not always cut straight, but it's fine. So how it works is it feels like almost kind of like fabric on one side, but it's an adhesive. Okay. And it prints out, and it'll stick and stick and stick. And if you're going to be doing end-to-end quilting, this stuff is invaluable. Or you can you can stitch your own template out on heavy cutaway stabilizer. Everybody's woohoo, Target paper. Yeah, Target paper is great. Could they have picked an uglier picture for the front of that? Oh, that's horrible. Jeez. It makes me wonder sometimes. I see these patterns and it has the ugliest fabric for the pattern. I'm like, why did you do that? Anyway. Okay, my printer's all done. Let me get it. So I only used one piece of the print and stick Target paper. I should have used two, but it doesn't matter. Y'all, this. So it was 4 pages to print, and my printer printed the last page first, which was the page with the print and stick Target paper. So I've wasted a piece of this. That is not a great way to start my day. And if I wasn't on camera with y'all would probably not like me anymore because I would be just not happy. But it's okay. We can work around it. So what I love about printing, you get your crosshair. Okay. Now this design is larger than 8.5 by 11. So what I will do is go ahead and tape them together. Let me get my tape. This is very frustrating. But it's nothing we can't work around. So even if I didn't, even if this was on Target paper, I would still do the same thing. I don't have any space, you guys. I'm crammed into this little area. So what I'll do is I'll tape my pieces together. I get comments and they say, but it's bigger than the paper. What do I do? You tape them together. That's what you do. So I've got, lines. There's a line there to line all this up. So I'm just going to line up like his sleeve and his arm and get it pretty close to straight and tape it. Close enough for government work. I'm not doing precise positioning, putting multiple pieces of embroidery together. So it's not like it has to be super, super exact. This is just to give me an example. Save the paper and reprint a smaller design on it. Yeah. It printed. I can't. Look. Well, I could. Half the page. Look at that. Even if I'd have done the print preview. Okay. So what I'm going to do now that is I'm going to do like this. Okay. And just kind of rough cut this to give me an idea where this all needs to go. I need to make sure I know where the pom-pom is and the edge of his hat, because those things are going to be right next to the letters. And I don't want, and I need to make sure it's going to fit in the hoop, right? The machine says it will. The design will. I need to make sure that I've got it set right. Okay. So now, see my crosshair on there? It gives you a crosshair. I printed this out of Embrilliance. All right. So I need to get closer to the edge of his hat. And I'm right close to the pom-pom. Okay. So now I can see where this needs to be placed. Where's the picture? This is so hard for me. It's that pom-pom. Oh, he's kind of sideways. That's cool. The pom-pom is underneath the first R. Okay. Well, let me put the pom-pom under the first R. Oh, here we go. That's right. And okay, he is kind of crooked. This works. So now what I can do is clean up this mess. Okay. So what I'm going to do, see, and he would have not fit in the hoop this way. So now what I'm going to do is move this so that it fits exactly on the design that's being projected down. Is that cheating or what? Huh? That'll work right like that. Okay, so what I did was I'm projecting the design down onto the fabric, and I am moving my template so that it fits exactly on there. Okay, it's going to fit, and it is straight, and that works. So it's not going to hit the frame right here. It's far enough away from it. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to pin. I'm going to pin it out here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pin back here first. Y'all had mentioned using some spray. I could do that. But this hoop is so big. Oh my gosh. I've got some Sulky's KK2000. I much prefer this to 505. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't ever buy that. What is that stuff called? Is it from Clover? I think. Man, that stuff, the fumes are terrible. Is the dime target paper super sticky? The OESD template paper is way too sticky and hard to remove from a project. Deb asked that. No, it's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, so this kind of moved a little bit. I am happy with where this is situated. The pom-pom is not going to hit the letters. The bottom of the design is straight with the edge of the frame, the hoop. I can pin this. Okay. I've sprayed it a little bit. I haven't used these pins in forever. They feel like they're rusty. Get through that fabric. Okay, that's good. I'm digging that. All right. I need to change out my... No, it is... I'll show you. Since this piece is wasted. You got to get it off, right? I can't see. It's part of the problem. So you want to hold on to this backing piece, okay? So you can put this right on your fabric, right? And put it on there, and it'll stick and stay. And that's awesome. You need to do that when you are doing end-to-end embroidery quilting on your project, because you're manhandling this fabric and you're moving it around, you know, your quilt sandwich and all that. And you need your template to stay on. And then what I do is I will do the needle plus minus button and jump to the very first stitch. And then I can see where the design starts and make sure I've got my fabric exactly moved where it needs to be. And that's also why you want a magnetic hoop. And then I just pull this back and put it back on its backing. See, so that works really, really well. I've been using this stuff for years and years. This is also very handy if you're going to be embroidering on a lady's shirt, like maybe you want to embroider something on your pocket. You know, we have curves. It's very handy to go ahead and put that sticky part, look at yourself in the mirror and stick it exactly where you want it, where it's straight. That's handy. All kinds of little tricks that you guys can do. Okay, this looks like it's going to stitch out fine. I need to change my thread color to red. This is the placement line. Let's see. This is the placement line for his coat. Let me turn on my iron. And I'm probably not going to be removing the hoop to iron because it's ginormous. I might. We'll see. I might just, I've got my tension discs. What? Oh. Okay. Okay. I want to move this and make sure. Yep, that's good. Okay. That's going to work. Would you stop? Why can't it be used at this time? My thread is not. Tell it okay. The carriage of the embroidery movement will move. Okay. All right. There's now my tension discs released. It wouldn't let me pull the thread through. Did y'all see how I changed my thread? I just tie it off up top. Okay. I just tie it off up top and then unthread the needle and pull it toward me. It's the best way. Do you embroider on the sticky paper? No, Annette, you do not. You remove the sticky paper when you have it all. Oh, because it was still in camera mode. Rhonda, you're a pretty sharp cookie. You were the one yesterday who identified that the M was the only one that I changed. Oh, Rhonda, she's on her game with the, yeah. She's on her game when it comes to embroidery. I need to thread my needle. All right. My thing is green. I think I'm ready to go. All right. We'll see. I like it. I like it. I like it. Need my coffee. 481. We got lots of folks in here. Good morning, everybody. Hi. I unthreaded the needle before I pull it through. Yeah, the little knot won't. So I pull it toward me. I pull the thread out of the needle and keep pulling. So it's pulling the thread through the machine, through how it's supposed to. And then I just put it up over the little ball cap hat and cut it off and then thread the needle with the new color. All right. Okay, you guys. This is a big piece. So I need to, I just rolled my little ironing station over here. This is what I use over at my piecing machine. And this is a Steady Betty ironing surface. I love this thing. Fabulous company. Where's my shirt? Here it is. Oh. So I've got all my little pieces. I cut all these out on the Brothers Scan and Cut. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Glad you joined us. Hit the thumbs up button and please consider subscribing. Okay. So I ran the paper pattern through the Scan and Cut and scanned in the images. And then put fabric on the mat and let it cut out the shapes for me, which is right up there with sliced bread. It's just wonderful. I have got Heat and Bond Light on the back of this fabric. Let me get my Santa on. This is so fun. Oh my goodness, this is fun. This is a Cricut mini iron. It doesn't have any steam in it. Love it. But I like my little ironing station. It's just a rolly cart. I got it off of Amazon. And I'm going to take my little pieces and I'm going to put them over here on this project board so they don't go anywhere. This is great. And then what I did, I didn't show you guys this yesterday, but I've got scads of videos to show how to do this. So what I did was I took the image that the Scan and Cut saw, and I imported that image into a piece of software called Embroidery Stitch Artist 2. I use the Stitch Artist 2 module in Embroidery. And let me do the blanket stitch now for this. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you what I did. Would Snowman do the same job? Yep. Oh, the snowman's just a Target sticker to tell you where to put things. The problem with the snowman is that you still need to print out your template. So you can see where you've got to put that. Okay. Get this. I have to put stuff back where it goes or I'll never find it again, you know. I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you what I did. Make sure that's up. Okay. Okay, so this is what I did. Let me make sure you can see this. Yes, you can. Okay. So what I did was I brought the design from that the Scan and Cut created when it saw all the pieces. Let me see. These are all the pieces that it saw. Okay, and then there is a way in Embroidery Stitch Artist 2 to put them all together, and I played around with it quite a bit. Okay, and when I turned it, see over here in the objects panel, it says .fcm. So there's the graphic, and I turned the graphic into an applique design, so it's blanket stitched everywhere. And then once you save it to a embroidery design, which is this one right here, it removes the underlying stitches that are not going to be, that are covered by overlapping pieces. That's what I did. That's what I spent yesterday doing. That's what my life is like. So yes, Candace is right. The snowman just targets center and it'll help you line up stuff. The sticky paper allows you to rotate the design exactly where you want it. And then what you can do is you can put your snowman under there if you want, but all you need to do is move the needle around so that stitch number 0 is dead center of that needle. So, oh, good. Oh, hey, Norma from Falfurious. I love the butter. So look, y'all, I want to show you. Let me get my little snips here. I've got a jump thread I need to trim. There we go. Let me show you guys how perfect this is. Let me get real close. Can you see those blanket stitches? Look how perfect that is right next to the fabric. It's fabulous. Right stinking next to it. Can you see them? Is this why I don't use Simply Applique anymore? Cindy, the reason I don't use Simply Applique anymore is there are many reasons why I don't use Simply Applique anymore. I like Simply Applique, and for the average bear, it works wonderful. If you've got it, please use it. You'll love it. It works fine. Okay. Is there a video of me doing end-to-end with the Target paper? Marilyn asked. So Marilyn, yes. If you go to Designs by Juju's website, and she sells those end-to-end designs, click on any one of those designs. I'll show you. Let me get to her website. Oops, wrong one. There it is. Okay. So let me get, is that a thread tree? Yes. Behind my machine? Yes, Bernadette, it is. All right. So let me make sure you can see what I see. Yes. I don't know. Let me see. Yes, you can. All right. So she's got end-to-end quilting embroidery designs. So she's got a big long button for it right here, or it's right here in the middle of her page. When you click on this, she's got hundreds of these designs. All right. And you can click on any one of these. So we'll just choose this first one. And when you scroll down to the end of the page, keep going, keep going, keep going. There is my video where I show you how to do this. So I'm a partner with Juju, and I made this video for her. And this video's got 250,000 views. But that video shows how to put those together, whether you've got a system with a camera or not. If you've got a magnetic hoop or a standard hoop, I've got it all. So, okay, what is next? A black mitten. So I need to change my thread. I need my snips. I could have changed the stitch order on this. So did y'all see what I just did? I cut the thread up at the top. There's a thread guide up there. I cut the thread at the top and I hang it over the front of the machine. Okay. And then I'm going to take the black thread. Oh, do y'all make noises when you get up? I do every time. I'm sorry. All right. And I tie off the ends here. I just kind of twist them a couple times so they think that they're one, just like tying off a thread on a needle, on a hand needle. And I drop it up here. I do like to run my thread through the little thread guide that is for the bobbin, to make a bobbin. I enjoy that. And then I grab the thread. I'll get real close because this always confuses people. Let me get right up here so you can see exactly what I do with the thread. Okay. So I've tied it off up at the top. I'm going to grab the thread and pull it out of the needle. See the thread? I'm pulling it out of the needle. So I've unthreaded the needle, and now I'm just going to pull it toward me until the new thread is all the way through the machine. Now there is, on the brother and baby locks, there's a little ball cap brim right here. I just pull it up over the ball cap brim. That is part of the threading sequence. And then I cut it off. And then I hit the needle threader button. Is that the neatest thing since sliced bread or what? Huh? I love it. Love it. Love it. So you have custom work software. Isn't Brilliance better? I don't know. I've never used that software. So, all right. You make lots of noises and talk to yourself all the time, Teresa. Hey, you're having a staff meeting. You're not talking to yourself. So I've got two black mittens here, and I'm going to use the needle plus minus button on my embroidery machine I'm going to do placement line. So I'm going to be jumping around in the stitch order, and then I'm going to do blanket stitch. So let's do that now. Here's the placement line for his first mitten. There's my dog. It's time for the dogs to get up. So it's going to stop so I can iron it on. Now, let me get you in here to the screen so you can see what I'm going to do. Let's see, so that you can see the screen. Okay. Down here at the bottom of the screen, oh, let me zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see his hand, his little mitten. Let me get up here. All right. There is a preview right here, and it tells me the next thing it's going to stitch is the blanket stitch around that mitten. I only want to pull this out one time for both mittens to iron on the pieces. So I'm going to use the needle plus minus button right down here at the bottom. It looks like a needle and it's got a plus and a minus sign. Let me show you. I'm sorry for the glare, y'all. Let me move this. It'll help. Okay, so here's the needle plus minus button. I'm going to touch that. Now what has happened is it's given me, I can use these buttons right here to jump ahead 1, 10, 100, or 1,000 stitches, or I can go back a stitch, 10 stitches, 100, or 1,000. You need to use these when you make boo-boos, okay? And that's what they're for. But right here, this is a thread color stop jump. So it says we're going to do the blanket stitch on that mitten right now. I don't want that. So I'm going to jump down in the color sequence and jump ahead. So now there is the placement line for the other mitten, and that's what I want. So I'm going to, you probably heard it, but the hoop, when I touch that, the hoop now moved and it's ready to stitch this placement line right here. Okay. Would I have changed the order for doing both placements when I was in Embrilliance? If I'd have thought about it, Betsy, yes, I would have. I do that all the time. I just forgot about it this time. All right. So now I can iron my pieces on at the same time. You try to minimize the, and oh, another tip too, if you're brand new to embroidery, always put your hand on the arm when you pull the hoop, just to make sure that the arm does not change registration at all. If the arm changes the registration, the machine will not know where it's at, okay? And if that happens, what you do, if the machine changes registration, you've got to do this. Let me get you in here. This is how you fix that. Up in the, somewhere on your machine, hold on, my camera's not standing straight. Stop turning. Okay. Somewhere on the machine, your machine is going to tell you what stitch it's on. So this one's on 1362. If I had moved the arm of the registration, oh yes, I will finish explaining that, why I don't use Crafting with Marilyn. I will. So I'm on 1362. Okay, oops. What you have to do is start back at 0. You can come down here and you can go to 0. And then you jump, you use these buttons and jump ahead back to 1362. And so when it goes to 0, the machine will reset itself and figure out to start from 0, and then it will go ahead and jump ahead again. Okay. So while I'm here, I'm going to use this. I'm going to pull the hoop out. Okay. And while I'm here, I'm going to use this and go back. That's the placement line. There's the blanket stitch for that other, the first mitten. So I'm jumping around in the thread order. So let me iron all my mittens and then I'll tell you guys why I'm not a fan of Simply Applique anymore. If I'm trying to think and do too many things at once. I'm going to iron his little mittens down. Okay. Simply Applique is a module that is was extracted out of the BES software, BES Dream, BES 4, BES Blue. It's all the same stuff. So I'm putting my hand right back on the arm and I'm moving the hoop in and I'll put the little button down. Okay, so it's going to move. All right. I'm going to tell it okay, and I'm just going to let it finish stitching the blanket stitches. Okay, so let me explain to you why I no longer use BES or Simply Applique. So Simply Applique, good morning, Frito, does not always, when I tell it convert to applique, and it does, and the default is a satin stitch all the way around the piece, okay? When I tell it change to a blanket stitch, 9 times out of 10, it does it. that 10th time, it only converts the blanket stitch partway around the shape. And that's not going to work for me. It can work for you because you can take the hoop out when your project is done and you can finish it on the domestic. If I'm making a video, I can't have that. It's got to work 100% of the time. So, okay. And now I'm ready to do, I'm going to jump ahead in my needle plus minus, do the blanket stitch for this mitten. There we go. Okay. Also, you only get 2 license installs for Simply Applique or BES, and I need more than that because I have a lot of computers, and you get unlimited license installs with Embroidery software. So, on pieces with multiple layers, like I'm doing on this Santa Claus, there's no way in a single, when you put it all together, there's no way to remove those underlying stitches in BES or Simply Applique. Okay. Terry brought monkey bread and orange juice. Thank you, sweetheart. That's great. So that looks good. So there's no way to remove those underlying stitches in that software. Also, every once in a while, that software, like I was stitching on a star, and it'll make a wonky long stitch down from the tip of the star all the way down and then keep going on the blanket. You can't fix that. There's no way to change that one stitch and move it back up where it needs to go. So that software every once in a while will do some weird stuff that you cannot fix. And so put all of those things together, and it just got to be something that I just, if I'm going to be making videos and I'm working on something in front of you guys and I'm doing all the editing and going to all that trouble, I can't have the software not work properly. So that is, that's why I no longer use that software. It is still good software. It will work for you for the most part. Okay. It just doesn't work for me. So, anyway, all right. You stop using Simply Applique because your computer died and you'd have to buy it again for your new computer. So that's what Katie is talking about right here. Right. So you only get 2 installs for Simply Applique or BES. Now that BES, you guys, that's made by Pacesetter, and they're contracted. They have a contract with Brother for that software. Brother's not responsible. Brother has their phone number on there to call them if you need support. But Brother's not a software company. Brother's a machine company. They have that contract. I love Embrilliance too. It's so inexpensive and it works so well. I'm not a big digitizer. If you're a commercial digitizer, y'all get Hatch. Knock yourself out. Go straight to it, right? Just go ahead and get that. But if you're a home hobbyist like me, Embrilliance is perfect. You get great software for an inexpensive price. And I can download it over and over and over and over. I've got it all over the place because I have a lot of, what's wrong, Erin? What's wrong? You may want to go back to my video and note what? I can't see. Yeah. Every time you watch a video, you're in awe of the space. Okay. Okay. Well, I hope I did not mean to come out sounding short. I apologize. I just don't talk and do and think at the same time. I don't do that well. So, yeah. Oh, having to keep buying software. Thank you, Erin. Okay. Yeah. Katie says she's downloaded Stitch Artist 2 on 3 laptops and love it. Yeah. So I've got it on my desktop. I've got it on this laptop. I have it on a travel laptop. I've got it on my, you can't put it on an iPad. I have it on the Mac in the back because it also does both. Now that's another thing, is that BES and Stitch Artist only work on Windows machines. So, so yeah, I don't know a thing about Hatch, but those people that I know who are digitizers or they make their living digitizing, they use Hatch. So just go with, That's what they tell me. I don't know a thing about it. That's what I'm told. So you guys, our hour is about up. I'm going to keep stitching on my Santa here. So we saw how I did the alignment. Frida's coming in to tell me she's had her breakfast. So yeah, Grammy, Cindy, I hope I answered your question. Thank you. No, I would never. I'm sorry. I was just trying to think and squirreled. I apologize. All right. So you guys have a great day. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Hello, Frito. Hey, you guys want to say hi to Frito? Here she is. Hello. There's my baby. Hello, baby girl. And enjoy your day. Go sew something. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.